clock is ticking for San Francisco transit leaders to make some difficult decisions to avoid careening off the fiscal cliff they've been dreading for years. So SFMTA already cut some services and staff to barely balance this year's budget. But the long-term outlook for Muni is troubling. Right now, SFMTA projects the deficit to grow to more than $300 million for the 2026-2027 fiscal year. And now the agency is calling for across-the-board cuts to help close it. Our Lauren Tom spoke with a local transit advocate who's worried about how those cuts could impact the quality of service.
From buses to cable cars, public transit is a lifeline in San Francisco. And for riders like Dylan Fabris, it isn't just a convenience, it's a way of life.
I use Muni for just about everything. I take it to work, I take it to Golden Gate Park, I take it to shows, I take it to the doctor.
But that reliability is under threat as SFMTA faces what leaders call a devastating fiscal cliff by way of a $307 million budget deficit. The solution? To cut 5 to 7% from each division of the public transit agency. For Dylan, it's a familiar story with a frustrating ending, having seen earlier cuts to service.
I think the agency really is doing more with less right now, which is why it's disappointing to hear the news that it sounds like they're going to have to be doing even less.
The agency insists it will keep routes intact, but riders may still notice the impacts of the cuts.
Vehicle might get a deep cleaning once a week instead of once a day. So there will be changes in how passengers experience Muni, but the actual routes and headways is what we're looking to preserve.
Chief Financial Officer Bree Mahorter says the agency has already eliminated more than 500 vacant jobs and even trimmed 1% of service last year. But she says the easy cuts are gone.
I really cannot emphasize enough how devastating the shortfall that we are looking at is. It's nearly 30% of the MTA budget. So if you think about your home budget, what it would take you, what your life would look like if your salary was cut by 30%, that is the equivalent restructuring that the MTA has to go through.
She says the problem lies with how the city has changed post-COVID. Less parking revenue, fewer riders as more people work from home, and pandemic relief funds now exhausted. And to bridge the gap are two ballot measures, one state and one local, expected in 2026. But even if they pass, they won't cover the entire shortfall.
And we can't be going to the voters with the request of, give us some more money for dirtier buses. Go give us more money for less reliable buses.
Dylan says fixing transit will require more than just getting by.
We know that a system that doesn't work isn't going to get more people onto the bus, and we need to be getting more people onto the bus. And we need to be providing better service for the people who already are riding it.
Meantime, Muni's schedule changes starting this week. The 1X California Express is back after being cut due to budget issues. The 30X Marina added a new morning route, and schedules will be adjusted for the 49 Van Ness, Mission 8, Bayshore, and 29 Sunset routes. Muni says most of these changes are being implemented because there is a higher demand now that school is back in session.